My dear friends, a very warm welcome. Thank you for joining me to reflect on the Gospel for the 13th Sunday in Ordinary Time. The reading is taken from Luke chapter 9 verses 51 to 62, and the theme is to follow Jesus all the way. Archbishop Fulton Sheen was invited to give a public talk in a small town in Australia, and he arrived at a train station. He asked a newspaper boy on the street, "Excuse me, young man, could you please tell me the way to Brunswick Town Hall?" "What do you want to go there for?" inquired the brash youngster. "Well, I want to talk to them about God." "Why do you want to talk to them about God?" "Well, I want to talk to them about God because I want to tell them how to get to heaven." The young newspaper boy looked up at the man in black suit and crimson vest and laughed. "That's really very funny, mister. You want to tell people how to get to heaven and you don't even know how to get to the Brunswick Town Hall. There's nothing like a straight-talking person who tells you things as they are without holding back the punches like the newspaper boy. In management terms, it's called managing expectation. Jesus does not hold back any punches either, and he tells us plainly what he expects of anyone who says, "I will follow you." In our gospel for this week, we see how he was resolutely on the way to Jerusalem to face his destiny head-on, knowing that he was to suffer grievously at his trials, and nothing was going to derail him from his will to lay down his life for our sake. Meanwhile, Jesus speaks about the total demands of discipleship and the commitment he expects of those who are following him. As he often does, he speaks in hyperboles and exaggerations to emphasize a point. To the first disciple, he tells him to be ready to go anywhere without any security and comfort. "Foxes have holes and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." Luke chapter 9 verse 58. To the second disciple, he tells him, "Be prepared to cut ties. Let those who are dead to my call bury the dead. If you hear my voice, you'll follow me and trust me to lead you where I want you to go and not where you want to go. Your duty is to go and spread the good news of the kingdom." And finally, to the third disciple who wants to go back and say goodbye to his family first, he tells him, "When you put your hand on the plow, do not look back." Luke chapter 9 verses 62. The message is that when you are looking back, your plowing will not be straight because you will swerve from your line of sight and that is in front of you. And to go back and say goodbye to the family is a bad idea because the family will hold him back and prevent him from following Jesus. In this way, Jesus was managing the expectation of his disciples and preparing them for hardships and persecution, but not without his graces to help them in the difficult headwinds in life. So my dear friends, let us have two questions for reflections. The first is, what are some hardships you have experienced in following Christ? And the second is, who has been a source of strength in these difficult times? And with that, I invite you to pray together with Mother Mary for protection. O Mary, you shine continuously on our journey as a sign of salvation and hope. We entrust ourselves to the health of the sick, who at the foot of the cross you participated in Jesus' pain with steadfast faith. You, salvation of the Roman people and of the whole world, know what we need. We are certain that you will provide, so that as you did at Cana of Galilee, joy and feasting might return after this moment of trial. Help us, Mother of Divine Love, to conform ourselves to the Father's will and to do what Jesus tells us. He who took on our sufferings upon himself and bore our sorrows to bring us through the cross to the joy of the resurrection. We seek refuge under your protection, O Holy Mother of God. Do not despise our pleas, we who are put to the test, and deliver us from every danger, O glorious and blessed Virgin Mary. So thank you for joining me and continue to follow Christ faithfully. Have a good weekend.